Okay, let's hope this is second time is a charm. Okay, so I'll just wait for a little while until you get the notification that I've gone live. And I'm terribly sorry if you jumped on to the first one and it was crazy. I will hopefully, yes, hello again. Hello. Just hang on. I need to send my daughter a message because she's trying to FaceTime me. So I um, need to send her a message. So anyway, so good morning. We've got Karen, we've got Deborah, we've got Elizabeth. So hopefully you will all find me again. I don't know what was going on. My internet has been playing up. I even rang and complained about the internet the other day, and they told me all I had to do was turn my modem on and off every week to reset the modem. So I've turned my modem off this morning. I've turned it back on. I've done the big reset like they asked me to do, and still I have the internet problems. But anyway, let's not complain. We're here. We're going to be able to craft, and it's going to be a fun, crafty session. So if it's the first time you've watched me, my name is Donna Gray. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. I do card making videos. I've been doing them every day lately. So it's been super, super fun to jump on and spend a bit of crafty time with you all, mainly because I'm in lockdown, can't go anywhere, not allowed to go out of the house to go anywhere. So what better thing to do but to sit and craft and share my love of crafting with you all. So I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Anything that I use in my videos can be purchased through my online store. You will see the link to my online store if you're watching on YouTube. It's in the show more box down below. If you're watching on Facebook, it is always in the description of every video that I do. So I can see quite a few of you jumping on now. So second time's a charm. We can fingers crossed that it works and it stays and it works really well. So welcome. I've got people welcome all over the world, whatever time zone you're in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hopefully it's not the middle of the night for you somewhere. So I've decided, I did a pinwheel card, I think it was last week or maybe the week before. I wanted to change it up a little bit. I wanted to change the measurements and change the look of the card. So I'm actually trying a different, I've sort of got it in my head what I'm going to do. And this is like I thought I'll jump on. I wanted to work it out. I thought I'll jump on. I'll do a video with you, and you're going to see the process of me working out how I'm going to put layers on it, what I'm going to do, because I've more or less just done the working mechanism measurements, but I'm going to, play around. So I'm actually, hey, Marcy, how are you going from California? So thank you for sharing. So once again, please share back onto your Facebook profile, share it over onto Pinterest, wherever you can share it onto your social media. It really helps me get my crafting out there. It helps me with my business. And also, if you like what I do, give me that thumbs up. So that thumbs up really helps our videos get seen, and it helps me with my business. So don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up and pop a few emojis in, and please chat with me. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And as you all know, I did say last week, if you actually type in the comments, I'm doing giveaways, and I will be doing giveaways again at the end of this week. And I gave away 5 stamp sets last week. I think it was 5 stamp sets, or actually a few stamp sets and an embossing folder and things. So I've got product that I want to share with you. So please make sure when you say hello, jump on, tell me where you're watching from, tell me what state you're in. And unfortunately, I can only have the people that live in Australia that can be in the draw. But you must share my video as well. Not just say hello and where you're from. Please make sure you share it and share it back onto your social media site so that other people can see what I'm doing. So if you're on YouTube, right down the very bottom of the video, there's a share button there. You just share. If you click on that button, it'll say share to Pinterest, share to Facebook, and you can direct where you want it to share to. If you're on Facebook, just share it to your timeline. That's all I ask. So thank you everyone for joining. I can see there's quite a few of you jumping on at the moment, so that is awesome. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get to crafting, because that's what you're all here for. You want to see what we're here for. So I'm going to get to crafting. So I'm going to change the camera. Oh, and that happens. I am on the triangle. It happens every time. I'm going to change the camera down onto the desk so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got the Best Year stamp set. I've also got the Playful Alphabet dies. I've got foam adhesive strips. So foam adhesive sheets. So if you haven't seen these, they are simply awesome. And you're going to see why, because I'm going to use it with the alphabet dies. I've got a little bit of our metallic foil sheets. I've also got some basic grey as my layers, and I thought I would use the gorgeous elegant designer series paper. So you will see a list of all of the products that I'm using up in the description on Facebook. You will also see it in the show more box down below. So if you want to purchase any of the items, please make sure you check out the links in the show more box. Okay, so I'm just catching up on some of the comments here. Okay, all right, so what I decided to do was I wanted to do a taller type of pinwheel card. So I really wanted to do like a taller set. Now, if there is any comments that are in the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments, and you're not happy with the comments and you think it's someone that is doing something wrong in the comments, please make sure you just hit that report button and report them to YouTube. And anyway, we're just going to move on and get to the crafting. Okay, so Yellow Gnome, it's the first time from Pakenham, Victoria. Looking forward to the morning. Well, I'm so glad that you have joined us. You had to switch, Deborah, to Facebook as I was distorted on YouTube. Well, we'll see how we go. All right, so I've actually done the working mechanism. So what the working mechanism is, I've made sure that I've got how tall I wanted the card. And then I've also worked out how I want the panels to stick on and how far when it flattens, because these cards can flatten and go in the post. So I've made sure that it's going to fit into one of our regular, I think they're called C6 envelopes that we sell with Stampin' Up. So I've made sure that it's definitely going to fit in one of those envelopes. All right. So the working mechanism, you just score to create like a cube. And if you're not on my email list, please make sure that you get onto my email list, because I send out the measurements of specialized projects. So in other words, things like my fun folds and things, I send out a weekly PDF tutorial, which that would have already gone out this morning. So you will only be able to catch the next week's. And I cannot repeat sending out the tutorials. You have to be on the list to get the tutorials. It's as simple as that. So I've then cut 4 pieces that are going to make my pinwheel section, and then I'm just going to decorate. And this is a little bit of a template style type of thing that I wanted to do, because I'm trying to work out, I'm still trying to work out the 21st birthday card for my daughter. So I'm trying to think of a couple of different styles of cards that I might want to make, and then I'll make my decision. So I just wanted to play around with this template, and I thought, you know what, I'll create these new measurements, I'll create this template, and I may as well craft along with you and chat with you while I'm doing it. So with this, I'm using some tear and tape, and the tear and tape is double-sided tape so that I can create that mechanism part for the middle of our card. So I've just used our basic grey cardstock, and so I've put some tear and tape on that layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it over, and it's going to fold straight down onto that, and that's going to create that cube. These cards are super, super easy. Anyone can do these cards. I am telling you, they are super easy and so much fun to create. So now I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm going to put glue on this rectangle here, and I'm going to put my first pinwheel section. So how it works is we have it adhered. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. So we have it adhered to that rectangle section, and then the rest of it is going to overhang. So what we're going to do is we're going to butt it up to where that fold is going to be, up to where that fold line is, making sure that your fold, you're just over a little slight bit from that fold, and then we're just going to glue that down. Thank you. Isn't it funny like that? Every time you think, oh my God, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to fold that over and we're going to stick another one on here. So this is how easy these are. So once you know the actual basic mechanism part of these cards, then it's just a simple case of tweaking the measurements a little bit to get them to wherever you think that they need to be. So if you want a taller card, it all stems from that basic middle part in the first place. And you've just got to remember that when it's going to fold out flat, exactly how you want it to look when it's folding out flat. So in other words, I worked out the size of the envelope, that it was definitely going to fit top and bottom, and it was definitely going to fit because it's actually 4.5 inches this way. So that's actually going to fit into one of our envelopes. So you can see here, the pinwheel is starting to take shape. So it's just a case of making sure you adhere these mechanism pieces. So I'm just going to, with my third one, just make sure you're folding it backwards and forwards and making sure that it's going to fold both ways. So one of the main key points is to make sure that you only butt it up against that score line, not over the score line. If you go over the score line, you'll find then when you're trying to flip it and turn it and push it flat, you'll find that it'll want to start to buckle along that fold line, and it's because you've gone too close to the fold line or over that fold line. Okay, so we've got 3 on there now, so you can see it's starting to take hold. Now this last one is a little bit tricky because we can't actually fold it flat to try and get that in there. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to have it up like that. I'm going to pop my glue on. So that's the only one that's tricky, is that last one. But we can use it like that. We can butt it in. We can see exactly where it needs to be, push it into place and hold it, and you've got your pinwheel. Now you can actually, with these, you can actually do like a hexagon shape in there, so you can add some more score lines. What you've got to remember is when it's going to fold flat, exactly how you want it to fold flat. So, so the main thing now, what I tend to do is go through and burnish those folds. So keep folding it over and burnish those folds. Okay, so like that, like that. So all 4 of the folds, so that it's going to fold really nice and flat. And I've mucked up. Well, see, here we go. We're going to learn from this, aren't we? I have totally mucked up. Okay, so that last layer, we actually can't do one on that last layer, because look how big it's going to be. I didn't think about that, did I? So you know what? I'm actually going to trim that. I'm going to trim that because that's not going to work. Okay, I will work out the measurement, but I'm going to trim that. So we're going to have one that is not going to stick out quite as far. Okay. So now we have a pinwheel that's only got a few things. So that's actually, all right. I could start this again. You've now seen how I had it all worked out. I was like, yep, that folds right. Yep, that's great. But when I just did that, not so great. All right. All right. Okay, so I could, let's start again. I'm going to cut those bits again. I'm going to start again. I'm going to grab another piece and I'm going to start again. See, we all make mistakes. I wanted it to protrude out a little bit. I'm going to make the center part smaller. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the center part smaller. Real life crafting it is, isn't it? I'm going to make the center part smaller. Now, I did the center at 1.5, I think. Yeah, I'm nearly positive that was 1.5. Okay. I'm going to do the center part at 1. Let's start this again. So I'm going to do the center part at 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cut that at half. Okay, so let's try this again. That. Okay, so we're going to have a smaller center part. Okay, I'm going to do these ones a little bit smaller. So I did those ones at, so I've got to work out when it's out like that. So when it's out like that, I can only have it at 4.5. So I've got like 1 inch there. Yep. So I've got 1 inch there. So I can do them at, I've got 1 inch. So I'm going to have 4.5 inches. So I'm going to have 3.5 inches, 3.25 inches left. We might do them at 1.25 inch. Let's see if we do them at 1.25 inch, whether that's going to work. We'll soon find out. 1.25. I wanted them a bit bigger than that. No. Oh my God. What am I doing? 1.25. So I've got 1 inch. I want to do them at 2. Let's do them at 2 inches. Let's try that. 2 inches. Is that going to work? I'm thinking it will work for, let me see when I've got it like this, when I've got 1 there and I've got 1 out there. What have I got? I think it's going to work. By golly gosh, I think it's going to work. Okay, so let's try. What did I do that one at? 2 inches. See, so this is the thought process. As I said, I was playing around with this, thinking, you know what, I'm going to have a play around with it and I'm going to do a live video. So you're going to see how I work things out. Your brain was fried last week trying to do different sizes. I know. I mean, there's another way I want to go with the ones going the opposite way. But anyway, so let's try this and see if this works. And if not, we may just give up. No, I won't give up. I definitely won't give up. I definitely want to get it worked out. Okay. So we've got that once again. And we'll glue it. Morning, Val. How are you? Hope you're well. All right, so we've got that. All right, so we've got our little tower part there. Then we're going to put these ones on, and I'm thinking that surely it will still work, because that's the maximum it's going to be. Surely it's the maximum it's going to be. Anyway, we will find out. You're going to get to see how to put them together again. So what happened? You were blow drying your hair. Well, I put it all together and then realized it wasn't going to fit in the envelope. So I had to rearrange my measurement sizes again so that it would fit in the envelope. But you know what? It's how we work these things out. because I'm not going from anyone's measurements here. I'm trying to work out my own measurements, all right? So I'm going to do the exact same thing as what we were doing before. So we're going to glue them all on. Once I get the measurements right, I'll be right. There. I need more coffee. I think I need more coffee too, Susan. Honestly. I've been on the phone chatting all morning and I was like, I so need to do something. And then I had my mother ring up because she's like, can you make me a card for Jade's birthday? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to make a card for myself for Jade's birthday. So not often do you have your children turning 21. So it's a pretty big major event. And the sad part is I'm not actually going to be able to see her for her birthday because she lives in Queensland and I live in New South Wales. So none of us are going to be able to see her. None of her family, her immediate family, are going to be able to see her for her birthday. So you glad I'm working it out? All right, there we go. That's going to fit into our envelope. So I wanted to do a tall one and I want it to be able to fit into our envelope. So that's definitely going to fit into our envelope. So it's all good. All right. This one here, we'll leave it for another day. But anyway. Now I better fold it all different ways to make sure it's definitely going to, yeah, it is. I don't know what I did with the other one. The way I did it, it was like, yeah, when you fold it a certain way, it wasn't going to fit into an envelope. But anyway, the thought process is pretty good, isn't it? All right. So now I'm going to take some of these gorgeous papers and decorate with some of the gorgeous papers. I feel like... yeah, I want to use these ones. Got some strips of these, so these might work. Okay, look at this. I've got some strips of this colour, so I think that might work. Yeah. All right, so this is what was I going to call it? The elegant. Tell me what the name of this is. Someone tell me the name of this. Oh dear, you have to love it, don't you? When you can't remember names, you can't remember what you're doing. It is called the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper. I go to the top of the class. All right. Now, actually, you know what? Do that in behind that. Wouldn't that look nice? I'm thinking I could. Simply Elegant. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was having one of those mental blanks. So while I'm having a mental blank, I'll chat to you about my Zoom craft party. So my Zoom craft party is an online craft party that I'm doing. It costs $60 to register. You will see the link in the information on Facebook, in the information in the description of this video. On YouTube, you'll see it down in the bottom show more box. It's a Zoom craft party that I'm doing on the 26th of September. It costs $60. You will get $60 worth of product sent directly to you. We will have a 2-hour crafting session where we're going to make 2 beautiful little mini paper pumpkin boxes full of cards and envelopes. So it's going to be a great fun class. So if you're interested, for anyone that lives in Australia, if you're interested, it doesn't matter where you live in Australia, you can come to the craft party. It's going to be on at 6:30 to 8:30 on the 26th of September. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the 26th of September. That's a Sunday night. So when you want to relax and craft and finish off your weekend perfectly, you may want to come to that Zoom craft party. I will be taking registrations for this party up until the 8th of September. So you've got about 8 days or about just over a week to register for the craft party. I've already had a few people register already. So if you're interested in that, make sure you click on that link. It will take you straight through to the registration page and you can register, and I will do all the rest of it for you. All right, so I'm going to cut that at that length there because I've got a fair bit of this left as well. So that, now it's actually nearly the right size. You know, I need about 1/8 of an inch off that. And then I think it will be the right size. And yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to do that for all 4 sides, I think. So we're going to take it to there. We're going to take 1/8 of an inch off it, like that. Okay, so the 1/8 of an inch off it takes it to 1 7/8. All right, so I'll just grab another piece so that I can do that. Okay. One 7/8, which is there. You're glad I'm making this card? You're so confused with it? Well, you know what? If you've seen me at the beginning, I was pretty confused. But anyway, I've got it done now. I'm under control. I'm on a roll now. I've got the measurements all sorted. I'm on a roll. All right, so we've got that. So that's 4 of those to fit. And then I think I'm just going to, I'm nearly positive these are all the same size. So I'm using leftover scraps, which is really good. So I tend to do that a lot when it comes to working out how to do a card. Like I use some leftover things that I've got, and then I think, well, you know what, I'll find out how to do it, play around with these leftovers, and then when I've really got it the way I want it, I will then work it out from there. So, okay. So I'm just going to do 3 of those because I'm going to need somewhere to be able to write on the card. All right, so they're actually going to fit really nicely onto those gorgeous copper sheets like that, and we're going to have a nice trimmed piece. Now, I could, if I wanted to, I could turn it over and do that and change up the pattern a bit, which I might do that and that. And then I'm actually going to do 1 strip where I'm going to be able to write on it for to be able to send your message and say whatever you want to say to the recipient. So, all right, so we've got that. I'll go and grab a piece of, I'm sort of thinking very vanilla, and I probably should have used maybe something like, instead of the grey, I probably should have used something like early espresso or something like that with it to go with the tonings. But, you know, this is my sample. This is how I work out what I'm doing. So, all right, so we're going to go that. And I'm going to go that. Is that right? Yes, I think it is. That's going to fit nicely onto there, I'm thinking I've got it right, which yes, I do. Okay, so we've got that. All right. So the other thing that I thought that I would do, what goes beautifully with this, is the gorgeous elegant trim. So I've got the gold. I think I'm going to use the gold on this because it's going to be a bit of a wow factor card. And I mean, when it comes to me making the 21st card, I want it to have that wow factor as well. So I'm probably going to change up the type of paper that I'm going to use, because I probably would think that this would be, I don't know, maybe more male themed, or maybe more sort of like for the older generation type of thing rather than for a 21-year-old. So, but, you know, I just thought I'll try it and see how we go. Hello and welcome. So if you're just jumping on, welcome. I'm so glad that you've come to craft with me today. I made a bit of a mistake at the beginning, but you know what? We are only human. So I think what you'll be finding with these daily crafting sessions, you're probably realizing by now that I do muck up, and I muck up quite often, and that's totally okay because that's crafting. The one thing that you've got to do is when you do muck up like that is not to get frustrated, not to give up, like to make sure that you keep going, you keep persevering, because it will finally come together in the end. And normally I would probably use tear and tape on this foil because it's very slippery when you're using your multi-purpose glue. But the beauty of it being slippery like that, you can wiggle it around and get it to sit exactly where you want it to sit. Okay, so we've got those two pieces done there. And as I said, I'm going to use the opposite side here just to have it a little bit different. Okay. All right. So we're just going to wiggle that to where we want it to be so it sits nice. Then I'm just going to pop those aside just to make sure that they glue really nicely. All right, so now you're probably wondering what in the world was she going to do with this double-sided foam adhesive sheets. Now, these are fantastic, and this playful alphabet dies is awesome. So we can turn this card into absolutely anything that we want it to be. It could be congratulations, it could be hello, it could be thank you. These are absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to show you how we can use these. And you turn anything into, it's foam, so it's got like that dimension. So it's like a big, massive dimensional. That's what it's like. So we're actually going to use it that we can use it, that we can cut out some alphabet using this gorgeous adhesive foam sheet. So I'm just going to measure it. It's 4 1/4 by about 4 1/2. So I'm going to do this at 4 1/4. I'm just going to cut a sheet of this foil, 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay. So I'm now going to have a sheet that is going to be the size of my adhesive sheet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear off one of those. It's got double-sided, and this is also really good to keep. Sometimes it's nice to do some alcohol blending and things on it, so don't throw them away. All right, so I'm just going to hopefully pop that down on my desk. There, that's not going to stick to my fingers. And I'm just going to lay that on top of that adhesive sheet. So just like that. And what we've done now is we've turned that piece of foil card into an adhesive, a dimensional size piece of foil card. So I'm just going to move those out of the way so I don't muck up on where they're gluing and adhering down. So now I'm actually going to take the words that I need and I'm going to cut them out of our foil sheets. So I'm going to do happy birthday. So I'm just going to, and when you look at these, you can be looking forever trying to find the letter. And do you think you can find the letter? So H, A, we only have one P. So I'm going to, oh no, we have two Ps. Are they the same? Oh, we could do a P and a B together and they could both look like a P. What do you think? That's handy. Yes, we could do that. Happy. And the beauty of this is if you're not doubling up with the letters, you can actually, can anyone see where the Y is? There it is. You can actually cut out your letters just about all in one go. So I'm going to B, I, R, T, and I haven't got a H, so I'm going to have to cut out a second H. H, D, A, and I'm going to cut out a Y. So the only thing I'm going to have to run through for a second time is the Y and the H. All right, so I'm just going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. And we'll cut out these letters. Karen's saying I'm not male, but I love the look of this. All right, so I'm going to pop that on. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm going to take away my magnetic sheet because that wreaks havoc when you're trying to use these letters. So I'm just going to bring in my normal platform. All right, so we've got the normal platform. We've got the thin die adapter. We're then going to pop that on one of the cutting pads, get it right. And then I'm just going to arrange those so that I'm not going to use up a lot of this foil sheet. Okay, so that, and that. All right. So I've got them sitting there. So I'm just going to grab the cutting pad, push them up a little bit so that I'm not wasting any of that. All right. Make sure though that your letters don't overlap on each other. So make sure that they stay in place, that they don't overlap on each other, because you don't want to wreck your dies. And roll it through. Now, a lot of people will say, will they cut? Really? Will they cut all the way through that foam? And yes, they do. Get ready for it because it's pretty awesome. Now, because I've got a little bit of sticky on there, that sticks to my plate a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take off. Can you see this? They pop out. They're so cute. All right, so we're going to bring out, whoops, some of them may pop out. I need the H. Oh, that one's popped off the sticky bit. So is that one. I need the Y and the H. And the reason I'm taking them out because I don't want the cutting pads to mark my letters. I want them to stay nice. So I'm just going to stick them all on my desk there because some of them are coming out of the sticky and some aren't. Where did that H go? There's the H. I'm going to pop it back on. I need the H and I need the Y. So there's the H and there's the Y. All right, so we'll run that back through again and get our H and our Y cut out. And then what you've got left over, just keep it because you never know where you might want to cut out some more letters using that foam sheet. So don't waste it. So make sure that you pop it aside and keep it somewhere so that you can use it again. Okay. All right. So we've got those all cut out. And I mean, probably for Jade, I've got some numbers in there. I could probably cut out the numbers of her, like say the 21st. So that's probably what I'm thinking because it's a pretty big special birthday. So you want to make, and as I said, not being able to see her for her birthday is going to be super, super sad, but it is what it is. So what I find too with the letters in the dies, just make sure you put them back in their places. They've all got marks in the pack to be able to pop them back where they need to be. That way then it's easier when you're trying to search for letters and things, it's easier to be able to do it. But as you can see, there's a double up of some of the letters. So there was a double up of the A, and I could use the B and the P to make two Ps. So it is quite handy to be able to do that. I'm just going to put them all back where they need to be so I know exactly. And there's some exclamation marks and hashtag and things. So it's a great alphabet die to have. It's a great staple in your craft room. All right. So pop them back in there. All right. So I'm going to get that out of the way. So I'm going to glue some of these on. So I think the plan is I want probably happy to be there, and maybe this one could say birthday, and we could do the birthday coming down here. So we could do happy and birthday so that when it's folded out, we've still got to probably work out little strips of paper to cover on this side, but that's okay. I can work that out. And as I said, it's the whole idea of planning it out. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sit these letters on here. And it's like they're actually going to, well, they don't look too bad. I was going to say they sort of look like they're going to disappear into the paper, but I think it will be okay. What do you think? Whoops, my P's stuck to the table. Happy. And I don't know whether I'm going to be able to fit all of the birthday on here, but we will try. B, I. And the reason why I wanted to do the tall one was hopefully to be able to fit them all on, but we may have to stagger it. We'll see how we go. T. H. D. We're just not going to fit it. A. Ugh. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a bit of inventive here. So we're going to have to go right up the top there. But that's why I'm sitting it here doing what I'm doing. H. T. B-I-R-T. H. Oh, although I still need it to be able to be seen. Ah. T-H. D. A. And Y. Look at that. Okay. Because I sort of still want it to be able to come over to the side that we can still see it all, hopefully. All right, so I'm going to take the B and I'm going to stick it on there. And it's already wanting to stick on it, but I've got to get those two bits out. Deborah's going, how about zigzagging with the letters? I'm trying. Okay, so that one there, because, oh, we might go right over there. And then that one, hopefully, yep, can go there. That one hopefully can go there. Oh, look, we're getting further in here now. This one. You're seeing the real struggle here. TH. H. Oh, come up. Don't tear. H. Oh, there. D. And this is just what you've got to do. You just got to get a little bit inventive. Okay, D, A, and Y. I ended up getting way more room. I didn't really stick them down real hard so that I could maybe move around again, although I did stick that one pretty hard. Don't tear, don't tear. You just take it really slow. It should be right, which it did. Just want to put that R. I feel like, I mean that I feel like it needs to be more in line. T. Can come down a bit. Oh, don't tear, don't tear. Did that tear my paper? It did. Oh, don't tear, don't tear. Oh, we can cover it. We can cover it there like that. Look at that. I just want to get this eye down in here. Feel like it needs to be there. What do you think, there, or do you think the eye needs to be? No, I think that will do. How's that? We finally got it there. Were you all holding your breath? Because I was pretty holding my breath. But that's going to look pretty good. And then I'm going to do the happy on there. So happy will be easy because it will definitely fit. I've got you, Lynn. I've got you inspired to do one. Yes, yes. Try it. They're fun. I had a message from my good friend, Rose Ward. You may all know her as Stamper's Delight. We were chatting early this morning, and she was saying that she hadn't seen my tower book fold. Sorry, not the tower. I'm getting confused. She hadn't seen my video for my suspended book fold card that I got the idea from Iced Images, and she's like, oh my God, but I got your email and I'm so excited to try it. So she's pretty keen. So it's really worthwhile being on that email list to be able to, where did my Y go? Did anyone see? Oh, there it is. Yeah, to be able to get the measurements and things for the cards, because it's too hard for me to try to be telling you the measurements while I'm trying to make it and create it. So there we go. Happy birthday. It's going to sit really nice. So that's good. I'm happy with that. All right. So I'm actually going to, I feel like I want to put some of the gold trim down here and then maybe put a bow at the bottom. So I think I'll do that. So I'm just going to turn that over because I want this to be the main feature part of the card. I want to have it that when it's in the envelope, it's going to sit with these two panels at the front. So I'm going to do that and that. And as you'll see, I get ideas and it comes to me as I'm playing with things. It comes to me and I'm like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could put this here. And that's actually the design process. Like everyone says, how do you come up with your designs? I just play with things. I just look at things, play with it, put it together and see what it looks like. put a question mark where after the birthday. Okay, so I'm going to use my Seal Plus for this one so that it's going to sit in there really nice. All right. Oh, and my cord decided, because this is really strong cord, this. So you have to really make sure you stick it in there well. There. Okay. So I'm going to glue that onto that panel. So just like that. Happy? All right. Now this one I'm going to use my liquid glue. The reason I use the Seal Plus on that one was to make sure that that twine, the gold twine, goes in behind. So I'm just going to slide that one in and it's going to sit in there like that. Okay, so we've got happy birthday. All right, so now I'm actually going to use some of that leftover that I've got here, and I think I'm actually going to do a little strip for down there. So I know how long it's got to be. So I'm just, and this is great. I'm using up these strips of this cardstock, which is really, really good. Okay, so there, I mean, designer series paper there. Okay, now let me see what I have as far as the measurement there. Got bits sticking to me here. Okay, so I reckon I could do 1 inch. We'll try 1 inch and see what it's like. And if that's the case, we're going to cut pieces for all of them. 1 inch. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 inch for all of them. All right, so I'm going to do that. And pop it in there. So now you can see that with this card, when they get it, it's going to be open like that. So it's going to be in the envelope like that. So it's going to say happy birthday. Now my opportunity is, now that I've got that happening, I can now decorate these 2 panels here. So this panel here, I actually want to use this. And this is where the best year stamp set is going to come into play. I think I'm going to use wishing you your best year yet. Let's see how that is. Where is it? Where is it? That one there. Okay, that's going to just fit on there. So I'm gonna stamp that. And I probably should heat emboss with copper. Oh, and I do have copper here, so we may as well. I'm going to heat emboss with some copper. So we'll do that. We will grab our Versamark. So that was just the embossing buddy. We're going to grab our Versamark, which is our sticky ink. And we're going to stamp that just there. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do, I need a scrap bit of paper under there for a start. I think what I'm going to do is I might get the Elegantly Said stamp set, which if I can find it over here. Where is it? Oh, hang on, it's probably out here. I'll be back. Problem of having things in all different areas. All right, so I think I'm going to maybe just use this. This is gorgeous. Okay, so I might use that. So let's grab, I'll ink that up with my Versamark ink. And I might pop that just down on the bottom edge, like that. And I'm going to do my copper so I can see where I am because I've stamped that. I want to make sure everything's looking okay. Okay. All right, that's looking all right. I might actually do one of those up on the top section as well. Let's try that. Look. So we'll ink that up again with our Versamark. And stamp it across the top. So like that. And I'm just using my copper embossing, my copper embossing. And it's a little bit crooked, but it will do. Okay, so then that's going to give me a little bit of room to be able to chat, like to write on the card. So this is our heat tool. We have 2 heat settings. I heat it up a little bit before I start. It would look good on black as well. Yep. But then you've got to remember, Kim, that if you put it on the black, then to write, you'd have to be able to use either like a metallic pen or something to be able to write on it. So I'm just heat embossing that, waiting for it to have that nice, it goes bubbly and then goes beautiful and smooth. Okay. So we might go, I think I'm going to use my Seal Plus because it's on that foil, easier to make it stick. Embossing on my table there. Okay. So hello, if you're just popping in now, welcome. We've been going for a while. We've had a few mistakes, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to glue that there, and I'm probably going to use a cute little strip of that on the side there. So you can see how these just come together just by playing around, using the double-sided pattern paper, designer series paper that we have is super, super fun. So we'll go like that. I really think I probably should have used like early espresso or something for the base of it, but I can always make another one. Hi, Francesca from Brisbane. Hello. Thank you. I'm glad you're loving what I do. So if this is the first time that you've watched, please say hello so we can give you a shout out and welcome you to this crafty community that we have. All right, so we've got that. Then we've got the last one is going to be this one that we've already done. So I'm thinking that I could probably do something a bit blingy on this one as well. So why not? Let's bring in some of our new gold ribbon that we've got. This is super awesome. And I did see something that was done this morning. I was watching a friend of mine from the UK, and she cut this ribbon in half and actually like used the threads. I don't know whether I want to do that right now, but I think this could look really nice with this as well. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I think I'm going to decorate this part just with a beautiful bit of ribbon. Like that. And like that. Oh, you said that before you moved the letters down on the birthday. Whoa. Okay. So I want to show you something you can do with this ribbon. Are you ready for this? So see how this has a string that has come away from it? We can actually, and I'm going to show you because I may as well do this with a bow and see if I can get it to happen, all right? Oh, and I've got the world's worst scissors, but anyway, where are my good scissors? Okay, so see how that thread is coming out? We can pull that thread and keep pulling it, all right? This is gorgeous. So I'm going to keep pulling that thread, pulling that thread. Okay. And we're going to end up with loads and loads of fine gold threads. Okay. Hopefully I have this and it keeps happening until I get to the end. Don't want to mess it up and you don't want to tangle up your threads. So making sure that you're holding your threads so you don't get them tangled. I'm nearly to the end. Okay. When I get to the end, I think I'm going to be able to hold them like this. Yes. Okay. Are you ready for it? Look at what we've got. We've got a whole lot of, yeah, well, and she tied a bow with it, so I'm going to try and tie a bow with it too. I'm going to give it a go. It's weird. It's weird threads and it's doing weird things, but let's try. Let's go like this. Either I'm going to make a big mess of it or it's going to work. Like that. And like that. And bring it through here like this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. What a gorgeous bow. Trim the ends off it. And I need my good scissors. Where are my good scissors? Over here behind me. Got a bit of fluffy stuff in there that's doing something weird. So I'm going to try and cut that out of there. That fluffy stuff was doing something weird. Give it a haircut. Oh, this is like cutting someone's hair. But look at that gorgeous bow you've got. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely stunning. That is not my idea. I was watching my friend Emma Goddard. I was watching her this morning and she did it in her latest video. And I was like, oh my God, I want to try one of those bows. And I think that is just super stunning. So we may do that just in there. That's going to look quite pretty. I need it smaller. I'm scared to make it smaller though. I need it smaller. There. And, oh, I did. Well, that's all right. I did. I made it smaller and we'll trim off those ends again. Let's get those ends all together and give them a haircut. That honestly feels like cutting someone's hair. It really does. Cute. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. I'm actually going to do it like that. And it's okay that it's going to pop out the sides or whatever. That's totally okay. I'm good with that. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to stick that gorgeous bow in there like that. Beautiful. It looks like tinsel on a tree, or, you know, like it's gorgeous, isn't it? Very nice. All right. Now I need a little strip. Oh, I haven't even glued that in. I'm so excited about my bow. I forgot to glue the bit in. All right, so we're going to do that. And we'll pop that in there where it needs to be. Okay. And I think I'm just going to do a strip of that down there again, because they both complement each other. It's the reverse side of it, and they both complement each other quite well. And I think because you've got the flashiness of that foiled side, that I think you need something to even it out. You know what I mean? Like something that actually stops it from being so blingy and just tones it down a little bit. So I'm going to pop that bit in there. So you all need to get that ribbon now. It all needs to go on your wish list. You need to get the ribbon, because you can do more with that ribbon than just and it's beautiful on its own anyway. Like, you can see how gorgeous that ribbon is anyway. But definitely get that ribbon, because yeah, to be able to do that is super, super cute. All right. Okay, there we have. And I'm just going to finish it off, our gorgeous gilded gems that we have. I just think this will really finish it off. But what a true elegant card. And I mean, like, honestly, the designer series paper in this beautiful bundle, it says it all. It really does. Like, it provides the elegance because of the coloring, and I think just the foiling in it, it really provides that elegance. Okay, so we've got a little one in there that I could use. So I take your pick tool, and you'll see me struggle with trying to get these off the sheets, and then they stick onto my desk, which they always do. I should probably put them on a, maybe I need to put it on a, oh, I don't think I want it there. Oh, well, it's going to have to stay there because it's going there anyway. All right, so maybe I need to get a silicone sheet and push them onto the silicone sheet. I don't know. Okay, so a few there. We need a few here. I'm thinking just the little ones on this. We've already got one that we've moved over here. Come off. Right, let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. I can do it with rhinestones, no problem at all. But when it comes to these ones and those big pastel pearls, I have a hard time with them. I get normal pearls off, but the big pastel pearls, I have a hard time. There. Okay, and we need some on the happy. I feel like I want to put a bow where the happy is as well, because that's where they're going to be seeing it. And I feel like I want to put a bow there. Well, let's put one there in the middle of that flower. Let's try in the middle of the flowers there on the happy. Come on, you little gems. The struggle is real this morning, people. And here it goes onto my desk. Right, let's go again in that flower there. Maybe I should just go in with my fingers and use them on that flower there. That looks cute. Do you think I need to tie a little bow? Because that's actually how it's going to be in the envelope. So maybe I need just a little tiny bow. Oh, and that one didn't work. Hey, Jacqueline. Yeah, the card's definitely got a wow factor, hasn't it, people? If you like this card, please hit that like button. Please show me some love on YouTube and Facebook. Oh, up there. Okay, what do you think? Up the top or down the bottom? I feel like I want to do it up the top, like there. What do you think? You think my daughter's going to love it? Well, I'm feeling like I might actually do this for my mother's birthday card to give to her, and then I'll do something else. I feel like I want to do a suspended book fold card from us, but at least this is a card that I can give from my mum and dad. On the top? Okay, on the top it is. You've all voted on the top, so I'm going for the top. No one said the bottom, so that's all right. Patty says, top, please. Okay, Patty. Seeing you asked so nicely, I'll pop it up the top. There we go. Okay. How cute is that? Happy birthday. Wishing you your best year yet. That's pretty glamorous, isn't it? And you know what? My daughter loves interactive cards. And it was actually her that was messaging me, calling me when I was live. And I'm like, I had to say, sorry, I'm live. Hopefully she doesn't jump on and see it, or otherwise she's going to see what it looks like. But they are super fun, interactive cards. And you'll find that if you make these for males love things that are interactive. Like, honestly, they love pop-up cards. They love fun fold cards and things, because it's something to do with males that they love trying to work out how things work. So I can tell you that if you made a card like this for a male, I think it's maybe their engineering mind or something like that, not that every male has an engineering mind, but they have to work out how it works. So yeah, but you can see, oh, and I missed a strip there. I probably need to put something there. I do. I can't have that with that. I need another strip. Okay. We need another strip, and I haven't finished yet. See, I don't want to leave you just yet. We need another strip. Let's go that way. And seeing as I've got the black on that side, I'll use the bling one on this side. And I might go a little bit smaller, just so it's got a little bit of a difference. Let's go like that. Oh, yes. We need that in there. I need a 21. Well, I can do a 21. I can add a 21. I've still got my my brass sheet with the foam on it somewhere here. Anyway, it's over here somewhere. I've still got the sheet there somewhere. So I could actually, yeah, I could probably put the 21 here so that when she looks at it, she probably just thinks it's happy birthday. And then when she flips it over, it will say 21. Or I could put a 2 and a 1 down this side here, 2 1. I could do 2 1 ST, so that when she folds it over like that, it says 21st birthday. What do you think? All right, so there you have just a bit of a different twist on one of these tower pinwheel cards. But they're super fun. They're super interactive. I think they're great. They're like a never-ending card, aren't they? So I apologize for I don't know what I was doing this morning. I was trying to get those measurements happening. It just wasn't happening the way it should, but I got there in the end. So hopefully she's going to love that card, and hopefully she hasn't been watching and knowing what I'm making. But anyway, it'll just not quite be the surprise that it should be. I could have just not said anything, but I mean, it's nice for you to know the purpose of why I jumped on and why I started crafting this morning was because I've got to do these things. But I thought, what better way but to hang out with my crafty peeps. So as I said, any of the items that I have used today, you will find in the description of this video. You will also find it in the show more box down below. I actually don't have that gold ribbon in there. I might have to add that into the description. But if this is the first time you have watched, please hit that subscribe button. Or if you're over on Facebook, please follow my business page, because then you get notified, and turn on the notifications, and you get notified every time I do a live video. And as I said, I've been doing a live video every day. I was like going to have a day off today. I know I had a day off yesterday, but I was going to have a day off today, and I thought, you know what? No, I didn't have a day off yesterday. I had a day off the day before. Yeah. See, every day is blending into another day. When you're in lockdown, how do you know what day it is? How do you know what when the weekend's happening? But I have had an issue with my poor cat. Has been he's had an upset stomach, and he's been sick for 3 days. So I'm slowly feeding him, trying to make sure that he keeps the food down, but he's been very sick, poor Theo. So I'm keeping a close eye on him, and hopefully today he's feeling a bit better. He hasn't been sick today. So that's the first day out of the last 4 days that he hasn't been sick. So hopefully I don't have to have a trip to the vets, but if he stays getting sick like he does, then we may have to end up there. So thank you, everyone, and I will catch you all next time I go crafting. Bye for now.